Good day, everyone. How are you all doing? This is Yix here at Man Crypto, back again with another video. I do apologize, I've got a little cold, so my voice is going to sound a bit nasally. But we must go forward because Ripple XRP is in trouble. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Now, before we get started, if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. I would very much appreciate that. And if you are a newcomer to the space, I've made a course completely free teaching you all the fundamentals that you need to know to get started in the market. So link for that is in the description. And also, if you want to be part of the private Telegram group where I give loads of value, especially when it comes to TA and charts, please, the link is also in the description and go ahead and join that. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's get straight into the market. So two articles pretty much saying the same thing. One is from Reuters and one is from Yahoo Finance. So yesterday I spoke about Ripple potentially getting charged. Brad Garlinghouse went and tweeted about it saying they were going to get charged, but it wasn't official yet. But now it is actually official. They have got charged. The US SEC have charged Ripple for conducting unregistered securities offerings. Beginning in 2013, Ripple's former chief exec, Christian Larson, and its current CEO, Bradley Garlinghouse, raised capital through the sale of digital assets in an unregistered offering. The company also distributed billions of XRP in exchange for non-cash considerations such as labor and market-making services. The SEC said, adding that Larson and Garlinghouse personally profited by approximately $600 million from the unregistered sales of XRP. Now, Garlinghouse did respond, "We are right and will aggressively fight and win this battle in the courts to get clear rules of the road for the entire industry in the US." Issuers seeking, so this is from the SEC, issuers seeking the benefits of a public offering, including access to retail investors, broad distribution, and a secondary trading market, must comply with federal securities laws that require registration of offerings unless an exemption from registration applies, said the SEC enforcement director. So this article says similar things, but it adds a little bit more detail. The SEC claims Ripple and its execs have been selling unlicensed securities, violating investors' right. The watchdogs say that the group illegally raised, so they're saying $1.3 billion as opposed to $600 million in the other article, by selling XRP tokens without authorizations. So this is the full statement from the SEC. "We allege that Ripple, Larson and Garlinghouse failed to register their ongoing offer and sale of billions of XRP to retail investors, which deprive potential purchasers of adequate disclosure about XRP and Ripple's business and other important long-standing protections that are fundamental to our robust public market system," said the SEC Enforcement Division. Now, what effect has this had on the price? Obviously, absolute capitulation. Absolute capitulation. Now, of course, this is completely understandable, because well, let's get into it now. The worst case, if this actually happens, right, not just that they get fined, but they get classed as a security, then this would make XRP very hard to hold for the average investor. It would be illegal for us to hold this asset unless we had the proper licenses, and 99.9% of XRP hodlers do not have the licenses. Therefore, we would not be able to hold it legally. Also, from the business point of view, Ripple would get massively affected because all the banks and financial institutions would not be able to hold XRP at all. This would also affect the crypto exchanges. This would affect on-demand liquidity, their flagship product service, because they would have to get so many licenses to actually move XRP from one country to another. So this would massively affect their business and it was in a way essentially ruined them, so to speak. So that's the worst case scenario. But the best case scenario is actually, and this is why I say this is somewhat of a blessing in disguise, is that they do get fined for their offerings early on in 2013. They get fined, whatever amount that is, could be huge, could not be too bad, and then they are clear. They've paid their dues, they've done the crime, whatever, and now they can move forward with the label of not being a security. And then everyone that's been waiting on the sidelines, all the investors, all the central banks, FIs, and other institutions that want to use Ripple XRP but are afraid of getting done with this uncertainty, they'll be finally able to step in, use XRP, invest in it, and it would see a massive influx of investors into XRP. That would be the best case scenario, and that's what I think will probably happen, because I don't know which if it was an SEC director or something, someone who said that many times cryptocurrencies can have been a security early on, but then transition onto an exchange token or something else. So, all those investors that were waiting on the sidelines could now essentially invest in XRP, and that's where Ripple and XRP are right now. They could have been classed as security before. What they were doing could have been illegal, but now it's very clear that they're not a security, and many countries have already made that quite clear, especially the UK, places like Singapore, Japan have already made this quite clear. And if the US can be added to that kind of group, then obviously the US being a very influential country in the world, this would be fantastic and would really push XRP forward. So that's what I think is actually more likely to happen with XRP. Obviously there's no guarantees. So now with that in mind, looking at the price, could this then be one last opportunity? We don't know how long this is going to last, but could this then be one last opportunity to kind of purchase XRP at these prices? Now, these lawsuits can take forever, so who knows how long it will take, and it could go further down into the the range that we were in before, from 22 to 26 cents. It could even go lower than that. Looking at the MACD, it's actually near the low end of the threshold, about 30, and the last few times where it's been that, for example over here, it was just before a breakout to the upside. If we go down the line, you can see it went below the threshold in this area here, and thus what happened afterwards, we obviously had a rally. Same in these levels below, and it ends up in a rally. So I mean, again, this lawsuit could take forever, but I'm leaning on the side of this being a good thing for XRP in the long run, and thus I will be adding small bags as time goes forward, because I do think this will be the last time we see XRP at these prices, potentially lower, as I said. Who knows how long it will take, but I'm willing to take that bet. There's a lot of upside involved in that. Let's have a look at the rest of the market. The rest of the market obviously doesn't care. Bitcoin is down a few percentages. Ethereum is actually down a bit more, about 5%. But we are still at a point where we are trying to use this resistance level as support unsuccessfully. This is the second attempt. You can see the red candlestick touched once, rejected, and touched again. So we may end up going lower, retesting that trend line, and potentially going further to this resistance level at $480. So the rest of the market is actually in the red. I doubt this has anything to do with XRP, but the market is definitely in the red. Stellar is also being, disproportionately affected by the XRP news. Potentially they could also get involved in this lawsuit. They could potentially get affected as well. But another good thing about this is it will clear up, as Brad Gulling has said, it will clear up a lot of the rules for the rest of the crypto market. We are right and will aggressively fight and win. This battle is in the courts to get clear rules of the road for the entire industry. He's right. What will happen to XRP will affect the rest of the market. Anyone that was in a similar situation, they will obviously, it will be directly applied to them as well. And thus, if they get fined, they get fined as well. But there'll be a lot more clearer regulation after this. So this is very good that it's happening right now. You know, before 2021, when the big bull run is commencing. So that'll be it for this video. Hope you got some value from that, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.